Well, hello everyone. It's Larry Locken. We're going to try something here. I'm going to try a play this dual channeling I just had a few minutes ago from the Arcturians. We're going to see how that goes. And as soon as I make a quick adjustment here, yeah, hopefully this will go off without a hitch. yeah, technology is fun, especially on Earth. Okay, we're gonna see how it goes down.
The Blue Moon from the 13th Dimensional Arcturian Crystal Blue Angels. Channeled by Larry Locken. Dear souls, it has been a while since we last spoke. We're delighted to be with you in this time. In this time of our color blue coming into you, we would like to talk to you about something today to your souls here at the 13th dimension. And we gotta send much love to our two sister collectives, the 12th dimensional Arcturian translucent color realms. They do a great job keeping the universe spruced up and colorful. I also want to thank my sisters up at the 14th dimension, the Amethyst Angels. We love them so much. And we love you so much, dear souls. Once upon a time, dear souls, in another time on your planet. This planet, you call Mother Gaia. There were beings with sort of a bluish-white skin. They were referred to by some as the Blue People. The Blue People came to this earth. They called it Mu, or some of you might call it Lemuria. They took on a body in a physical way to your souls. A body that you would think of and address, a star person. The Blue People came from another point of the universe altogether. They came in to bring divine light and divine energy. They brought forth their teachings to this little corner of the galaxy, to this aspect of your galaxy, which is your solar system. In times before that, they had inhabited Venus. You might call it a community, a little settlement. But they had a city there populated by Blue People. There are, of course, legends in your folklore, dear souls, that speak of people with blue skin. And indeed, they did exist. They did exist. Dear souls, it was beautiful. The influence still remains in this now moment now. Because time is frozen. For the people that came later. Lemuria was already established, a very powerful dominant civilization on your Earth, only rivaled by that of the Atlantean Empire. On the other side of the globe, the Blue People. They came and went in their starter vehicles, some orbs, somewhat you would call a Merkaba, and other types of traveling devices. These were their star vehicles. They were here to help make the planet livable, make it suitable, make it inhabitable for all kinds of beings, of the human nature. The civilization really took on a new strength, and what you might call the Atlantean times. But it existed before that. Also, Atlantis has been on several different planets, dear souls, and in different timelines on this planet. We could point to Mars, and Venus is an example, where it once was. The Blue People were not of flesh, of course. They were not in the same physical molecule that the Earth people at the time were. Their frequency, the atoms in their frequency. Dear souls, they vibrated at a higher rate. You would describe these people as light beings, dear souls. They were star people, and they lived here. They lived on Mother Gaia. They're from here as well, but that's a side note. There are still many, many Blue People throughout the galaxy. They don't start becoming real noticeable until you get into your higher fourth dimension. They have found peaceful utopia, you might say, here on Earth in a slightly higher dimension. They're able to exist in, for the most part, block out the noise of the lower dimensions. You cannot see your souls there. Utopia with your Earth eyes? It is seen with your third eye at times, depending on how open they want to be with you. The Blue Frequencies, one of our brother collectives and sister collectives, has been talking to you about this. If your vibration meets theirs, and it's of a high, loving, calming nature, the Blue Frequencies can be contacted. We, the Crystal Blue Angels of the 13th dimension, their frequency keepers, is well, dear souls, we are the color blue. But it's not just our visual, dear soul, it's the energy, it's the bandwidth, it's the wavelength that we're in. You may catch glimpses of these blue star brothers and sisters. Every now and then, they may try to come through to you, has been reported before. kind of like an electromagnetic natural grid coming into your souls. For these beings, they're at a level to where there is no separation between the third and the fourth dimension, they simultaneously. He's fluctuating flow in and out of both. Dear souls. The concern too has been that some souls are not ready to accept the reality of a fourth dimension, as the two frequencies are both still in their physical body, but your souls? I'm mentally a different world than the fourth dimension. It is more responsive instead of reactive. It is more empathetic instead of sympathetic. It's more now moment living and enjoying yourself, enjoying company. Enjoying family and friends, sitting there love basking their power. Let them bask in your love and bask in your power. The fourth and the fifth dimension are interchangeable for the frequencies in blue beings. As the earth moves more into alignment with Alcyon, one of the seven sisters of the Pleiades, the love and the light will be spiraled more and more in cutting your direction, thus raising the earth's vibration and helping, along with other star systems, raise you into the fourth dimension on a permanent basis. The blue beings. Some of them come from around the great central center of Alcyon. Some of them have ascended to Arcturus or our brothers and sisters in Andromeda. Our Andrometer, twins you might say. When Atlantis started to fall, dear souls, the blue beings disappeared. Some say they were destroyed, and some say most of them went back to where they came from, went back to their home out in the stars. We're here to tell you that is true, dear souls, the Crystal Blue Angels. This story is near and dear to their heart. Has in the past, we were part of the blue people from Mutu. When you think of cavemen in your folklore, you can look no further. The Lemurian. At first were resistant. They didn't want a vegetarian diet. They had to resort to eating animals to survive. It was a time of darkness. And then, when the cycle progressed and the sun came to earth, they were able to go back to eating vegetables, begin to go back to who they were. They were able to sign their vibe too. In the meantime, offer crustaceans from the ocean. A lot of them lost their way. They continued to hunt animals, even when it wasn't necessary. They became quite savage to your souls. This blue beings had been teaching them something totally different. We were dedicated to their well-being and their advancement. They finally came to understand that they were one that everything was. Everything that was alive was one with nature, was one with creation. Dear souls, the time and your present, now, time, moment on earth. It's changing very quickly. There will be a new human evolving. You already see it from a mental standpoint, and you'll see it from a little bit of a physical standpoint. Children. Every 10 years in your Earth, time have been given a DNA upgrade since the early 1990s of your time, your souls. Every 10 years is an upgrade. We would ask that you pay special close attention to those children that will be born in your 2040s, the early part of the decade. We know it's a long time off to your souls, but you would be amazed. In your 2060s, what they're going to do, how they're going to start changing. Everything. Time you in America. Celebrate your tricentennial. You will have seen monumental change take place. Advancements beyond your wildest beliefs. You won't even recognize it. Dear ones. You are incredible. You're infinite. The blue frequencies. The blue world order. Be the blue. Be the blue. Enjoy all the colors. Tune into all of them. Ride with whatever vibes with you, your souls. This has been your Arcturian Crystal Blue Angels from the 13th dimension. And we love you so much.